Hello viewers and welcome to today's session. Earlier we have discussed about market economy, product and pricing policies. Today we will be talking about sales promotion practices. What is its advertising functions, benefits and limitations? Sales promotion is a marketing discipline that utilizes a variety of incentive techniques to structure sales-related programs target to consumers, trade and/or sales levels that generate a specific measure, action or response for a product or service. Sales promotion includes several communications activities that attempt to provide added value or incentives to consumer, wholesalers, retailers or sales force to stimulate the immediate sale. Sale promotion describes promotional methods using special short-term techniques. The definition says, sales promotions are marketing and communication activities that change the price or value relationship of a product or service perceived by the target, thereby immediate sales and altering the long-term brand value would happen. The objectives of sales promotion are building product awareness, creating interest to increase the sales volume in short term, attract more customers, encourage the customer for buying. Sales promotion targeted at the consumers is consumer sales promotion and are used to retain customers to increase repurchase, brand switching and store switching. The different consumer promotions are free samples, coupons, discounts, refunds or rebates, price offs and allowance. Sales promotion is targeted at retailers and wholesalers is called trade sales promotion, and some of trade sales promotion are trade allowances, POP, contest, trade shows, training programs, etc. The functions, benefits, limitations. Advertising is paid non-personal sales communication from an identified sponsor using mass media to persuade or influence an audience. According to Wheeler, advertising is any form of paid non-personal presentation of ideas, goods or services for the purpose of inducing people to buy. The above definitions clearly reveal the nature of advertisement. This is a powerful element of the promotion mix. Essentially, advertising means spreading of information about the characteristics of the product to the prospective customers with a view to sell the product or increase the sale volume. Functions of advertising. The purpose of advertising is nothing but to sell something, a product, a service or an idea. The real function of advertising is the effective communication between producers and consumers. The following are the main functions of advertising. Preparing ground for new product. New product needs introduction because potential customers have never used such product earlier and the advertisement prepare a ground for the new product. Creation of demand. The main function of the advertisement is to create a favorable climate for maintaining of improving sales. Customers are to be reminded about the product and the brand. It may induce the new customers to buy the product by informing them its qualities, since it is possible that some of the customers may change their brands. Facing the competition. Another important function of the advertisement is to face to competition. Under competitive conditions, advertisement helps to build up brand image and brand loyalty, and when customers have developed brand loyalty, becomes difficult for the middleman to change it. Creating or enhancing goodwill. Large-scale advertising is often undertaken with the function of creating or enhancing the goodwill of the advertising company. This in turn increases the market receptiveness of the company's product and helps the salesman to win customers easily. Informing the changes to the customers. Whenever changes are made in the prices, channels of distribution or in the product by way of any improvement in quality, size, weight, brand, packing, etc., they must be informed to the public by the producer through an advertisement. Neutralizing competitors' advertising. Advertising is unavoidable to compete with or neutralize competitors' advertising. When competitors are adopting intensive advertising as their promotional strategy, it is reasonable to follow similar practices to neutralize their effects. In such cases, it is essential for the manufacturer to create a different image of his product. Barring new entrants. From the advertiser's point of view, a strongly built image through long advertising helps to keep new entrants away. The advertisement builds up a certain monopoly or for the product in which new entrants find it difficult to enter. In short, advertising aims at benefiting the producer, educating the consumer, and supplementing the salesman. Above all, it is a link between the producer and the consumer. Benefits of advertising. Advertising broadens the knowledge of the consumers. With the aid of advertising, consumers find and buy necessary products without much waste of time. This speeds up the sales of commodities, increases the efficiency of labor in distribution, and diminishes the cost of selling. It is an accepted fact that without market stimulus of heavy advertising, consumers might have waited another 60 years for the product evaluation that took place in less than just 10 years. It took almost over 60 years from the invention of the safety razor before the first acceptable stainless steel blades appeared in the market. These words are more than enough to testify the potentialities of advertising in the field of modern marketing system. The main benefits of advertising for consumers may be narrated as follows. Advertising stresses quality and very often prices. This forms an indirect guarantee to the consumers of the quality and price. Further, large-scale production assumed by advertising enables the seller to sell a product at a lower cost. Advertising helps in eliminating the middleman by establishing direct contact between producers and consumers. It results in cheaper goods. It helps them to know where and when the products are available. This reduces their shopping time. It provides an opportunity to the consumers to compare the merits and demerits of various substitute products. This is perhaps the only medium through which consumers could know the varied and new uses of the product. Modern advertisements are highly informative. Higher prices. Advertisements today involve huge expenditure, thereby increasing the cost of the distribution. Manufacturers and traders charge higher prices from the consumers to cover up their cost. Artificial living. Advertising amplifies the need of people and encourages wasteful consumption. It persuades people to buy which they do not need to or cannot afford. People are even encouraged to buy products that are harmful for their health, like cigarettes, alcohols, etc. Misleading. Advertising is often deceptive and misguides consumers. Exaggerated and false claims are made in the advertisements. Bogus testimonials and other questionable means are used to sell goods. Here is where the joint stock companies spend huge amounts on advertising to kill new and potential concerns. Wastage of national resources. Role of industries in Indian economy is incomparable. Manufacturers create trivial and artificial differences in the products to develop brand loyalty through advertising. The natural resources, capital requirements, and labor that go into the production amount to wastes as these could be better employed in the creation of new industries. Here, the public enterprise helped the economy to save the natural resources as there is very less competition between the public enterprises. Unethical. Many advertisements are highly objectionable because they undermine values and ethics. Vulgar advertisements like that of Axe offend public decency and encourage materialism in the society. It is also shocking that the television ministers allow such advertisements to be published. It is definitely an example of corruption in India. Indians would be at a benefit when the Jan Lokpal bill will come into force. Advertising claims and consumer education. Business are not allowed to make statements that are incorrect or likely to create a false impression. This rule applies to their advertising, their product packaging, and any information provided to you by their staff or online shopping services. It also applies to any statements made by businesses in the media or online, such as testimonials on their websites or social media pages. For example, business cannot make false claims about the quality, style, model, or history of a product or service. Whether the goods are new, the sponsorship, the performance characteristics, accessories, benefits, or use of products and services, the availability of repair facilities or spare parts, the need for the goods or services, any exclusions on the goods and services. It makes no difference whether the business intended to mislead you or not. If the overall impression left by a businessman through an advertisement, promotion, quotation, statement, or other representation creates a misleading impression in your mind, such as to the price, value, or the quality of any goods and services, then the behavior is likely to breach the law. There is one exception to this rule. Sometimes business may use wildly exaggerated or vague claims about a product or a service that no one could possibly treat seriously or find misleading. For example, a restaurant claims they have the best steaks on earth. These types of claims are known as puffery and are not considered misleading. Examples of business behavior that might be misleading are: a mobile phone provider signs you up to a contract without telling you that there is no coverage in your region. A real estate agent misinforms you about the characteristics of a property by advertising beachfront lots that are not on the beach. A transport company uses a picture of airplanes to give you the impression that it takes freight by air when it actually sends it by road. A company misrepresents the possible profits of a work at home scheme or other business opportunity. Code of Conduct for Advertisers. The Advertising Standards Council of India (ASCI) 1985 has adopted a code for self-regulation in advertising. It is a commitment to honest advertising and to a fair competition in the marketplace. It stands for the protection of the legitimate interests of consumers and all concerns with advertising, advertisers, media, advertising agencies, and others who help in the creation of placement of advertisements. ASCI has one overreaching goal, that is, to maintain and enhance the public's confidence in advertising. ASCI seeks to ensure that advertisements conform to its code of self-regulation, which requires advertisements to be honest, representations, truthful and honest to consumers and competitors, non-offensive to public, within the bounds of generally accepted standards of public decency and propriety, against harmful products or situations, not used indiscriminately for the promotion of products hazardous or harmful to society or to individuals, particularly minors, a degree unacceptable to society at large. Now let us see the cost of sales promotions. Sales promotions offer the customer extra value in return of purchases. The idea is for customers to buy more during the sales promotion period, thereby increasing total sales. Companies evaluate the success of their promotion based on the sales volume and the associated costs. They check the increase in sales against a baseline and calculate additional profit compared to what the profit would have been. They check for additional brand awareness or a better brand profile by performing customer surveys. Long term, a successful sales promotion must result in better sales. Cost of sales include costs related to the manufacture of the company's products, including raw material costs, inbound freight costs, direct labor, and indirect plant costs such as a supervision, receiving, inspection, maintenance, labor and materials, depreciation, taxes and insurance, purchasing, production planning, operations, management, logistics, freight to customers, warehousing costs, internal transfer freight costs, and plant impairment charges. Ethics of sales promotion techniques and advertising. Sales and marketing activities have to follow ethical standards if the marketers hope to avoid sanctions from regulatory agencies and loss of reputation with customers. The marketers can get guidance on ethical practices from industry and marketing associations and develop their own internal policies. Ethical companies know how to respect the rights of all stakeholders in the business while making decisions that are in the interests of the company. Professional conduct. Ethical conduct in sales and marketing means using a professional approach to customers, competitors, members of regulatory boards, and company colleagues. Characteristics of such conduct include respectful interactions, consideration for cultural diversity, and non-discriminatory behavior towards people who are different than you. The marketers have to behave honestly, portray situations and product accurately, and make constructive contributions to discussions about problems and solutions. And they must observe the applicable laws and regulations at all times and adhere to company ethics policies. Competition. Healthy competition delivers value to customers while allowing companies that compete to earn an appropriate return on their investment. Ethical behavior in a competitive environment includes supporting fair competition, competing on the basis of accurately representing your products and services in the marketplace, and fulfilling your obligation in good faith. Pricing. Following ethical guidelines in pricing means prices have to be clear without hidden charges. The consumer has to know how much he is going to pay when he makes the purchase. The prices have to reflect both the cost of the marketer incur in delivering the product or service and the value the customer expects to receive. Products. Ethical sales and marketing offer only safe products that are suitable for their intended use. Supply of the product includes supplying instructions that the customer can follow to make the product work as intended, providing customer service to resolve problems and dealing with problems objectively by applying appropriate solutions. Following these ethical guidelines is good business practice because it increases the customer satisfaction. Research. Business obtain personal information about their customers during sales activity and market research. Ethical practice means the marketer respect the privacy of customers and safeguard their data. The marketer have to follow privacy legislation and inform customers that he is collecting their data, let them know its intended use the data only for the purpose, and destroy it securely when the marketer no longer needs it. Promotion. Sales and marketing include promoting a company's products and services to potential customers. Ethical promotion portrays the marketer's offers honestly and accurately without links to attractive lifestyles that are not relevant. The marketers have to promote their products and services on their own merits and highlight those features that members of a target audience might find valuable when promoting to the market segment. Self-regulation is the process whereby a company monitors its own adherence to legal, ethical, or safety standards rather than have an outsider, independent agency such as a third-party entity monitor and enforce those standards. A company can maintain control over the standards to which they are held by successfully self-regulating. If the company can keep the public from becoming aware of their internal problems, this also serves in place of a public relations campaign to repair such damage. Restrictive trade practices. All business is based on agreements of one form or another. Some agreements, however, may restrict competition. The most obvious are those involving price fixing and market sharing. Restrictive trade practice refers to any action by the producer that results in manipulation of price or conditions of delivery of the goods or affects the flow of supplies in the market relating to goods or services in such a manner so as to impose on the consumers any unjustified costs. Restrictive trade practices has been prohibited under both the Consumer Protection Act 1986 as well as the Competition Act 2002. Even though both these legislations aim at protecting the rights of the consumer, the primary objective of the Competition Act is to promote competition in the market and thus maximizing consumer welfare, while the main aim of the Consumer Protection Act is to prevent the exploitation of the individual consumer. This is evident from the fact that the definition of consumer differs in both these legislations. Companies must inform the consumer about agreements containing restrictions on prices or charges, terms or conditions of business, geographical areas of business, people with whom business may take place, the quantities or types of goods to be produced, the manufacturing process to be used. Ethics of sales promotion techniques and advertising after sales service. After sales service refers to various processes which make sure customers are satisfied with the products and services of the organization. The needs and demands of the customers must be fulfilled for them to spread a positive word of mouth. After sales service makes sure products and services meet or surpass the expectation of the customers. After sales service plays an important role in the customer satisfaction and customer retention. It generates loyal customers. Customers start believing in the brand and get associated with the organization for a longer period of time. They speak good about the company and its products. A satisfied and happy customer brings more individuals and eventually more revenues for the company. After sales service plays a very pivotal role in strengthening the bond between the company and the customers. Monopoly and unfair trade practices. What is monopoly? A monopoly is an enterprise that is the only seller of a good or service. In the absence of government intervention, a monopoly is free to set any price it chooses and will usually set the price that yields the largest possible profit. Just being a monopoly need not make an enterprise more profitable than other companies that face competition. The market may be so small that it barely supports one enterprise, but if the monopoly is in fact more profitable than competitive enterprises, economists expect that other entrepreneurs will enter the business to capture some of the higher returns. If enough rivals enter, their competition will drive prices down and eliminate monopoly power. Ethics are very important for monopolies as there may be a complacency due to lack of competition. A trademark or trademark is a distinctive sign or indicator of some kind which is used by an individual, business organization or other legal entity to uniquely identify the source of its products or services to consumers and to distinguish its products or services from those of other entities. A trademark is a device which can take almost any form as long as it is capable of identifying and distinguishing specific goods or services. A trademark may be designated by the following symbols like TM for an unregistered service mark, that is a mark used to promote or brand service. SM for an unregistered trademark, that is a mark used to promote or brand goods. R for a registered trademark. According to Section 2 ZB of Trademarks Act 1999, trademark means a mark capable of being represented graphically and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from those of others and may include shape of goods, their packaging and combination of colors. A mark can include a device, brand, heading, label, ticket, name, signature, word, letter and numeral, shape of goods, packaging or combination of colors or any such combinations. Spurious goods are a kind of duplication of a product where even the original manufacturer would not be able to distinguish between a genuine and a fake product. These fake products bear the identical name of the original product, its packaging, graphics, color pattern, design and even same name and address as the genuine manufacturer. As per the Consumer Protection Act 1986, spurious goods and services means such goods and services which are claimed to be genuine but they are actually not so. In both these cases, possibility of ethics and ethical practices being compromised can occur. Hence, the consumer needs to be educated. And now, let us conclude our session where sales promotion plays an important role in the total promotion mix. To use it well, the marketer must define the sales promotion objectives, select the best tools, design the sales promotion program, implement the program and evaluate the results. Moreover, sales promotion must be coordinated carefully with other promotion mix elements within the overall IMC, which is Integrated Marketing Communication Program. So viewers, I hope you all have enjoyed today's session. See you all again. Thank you.